Speaking of people whose contribution to well, we just talked about negligible contributions to public life. Let's go to someone whose overall impact in public life might be unintentionally positive, because by how absolutely, stunningly, relentlessly horrible she is, she's both good for us in terms of the analytics and the numbers, and is a literal walking, living, breathing case study against all forms of inherited dynastic power. Of course, I'm talking about Meghan McCain and Bernie Sanders, as he continues to do. Look, we know that he's the leader on inequality, on healthcare, on justice, when no one else was talking about these issues, when actually people were fighting for the other side of these issues, like Joe Biden. But now we're going to have to acknowledge that he's a leader on foreign policy. The Yemen resolution is actually historically groundbreaking. The Trump administration continues to support a genocidal campaign there. His leadership's been massive in that regard. And I would actually say asserting the right of universal suffrage is a radical, absolutely necessary, politically extremely risky, and cynics and cornballs like Cory Booker will take shots at him for it. But it's a brave, brilliant stance that every single person in this country, even if they're in prison, should have a right to vote. So props, as always, to Bernie Sanders. And Meghan McCain is not happy.
No, he should not get out.
But I think he should be given the death penalty. I mean, that's where I'm at with this. People who commit acts of terror on American soil.
Does this include, in your mind, domestic terrorists also?
Yes, terrorism is terror. Yes, of course.
And what about those guys who shoot schools up? That also,
they should, of course, be in jail.
Child molesters.
It is. I'm trying to tell you this. What Bernie Sanders said is going to be turned into a clip that will be. It upset me this morning.
How do you feel about the fact that people in Vermont are allowed to vote?
Abby and I didn't have brothers that served multiple times, and I didn't watch my brother deploy when he was 19 to fight this crap. To have them come here and give the right to vote.
Can we all do an eye roll contest? This is mine. That's just like an assault of just like, there's something about, there's very, weirdly, she reminds me of Thomas Friedman in a sense that it's both just like this aggressive stupidity. It's not just that I'm really, really, really stupid. It's that I'm like, that's what a Thomas Friedman column is like. It's just like, oh my God, I have a bad take and a bad take and a bad take and boom, boom, boom.
It's like Thomas Friedman goes to the mall.
And did you see that? It's exactly, except he did. The real one did too. And did you notice how, I always forget her name, the good person that's
Sunny?
next to me. Yeah, Sunny. Do you notice how Sunny's trying to point out that like this happens in Vermont, like the policy dimensions of it. And she's just like, my brother. She's like bulldozing over like the actual point of the conversation. So I guess you got to give her some props to mention her brother instead of her dad.
Yeah, it's good to mix it up a little sometimes.
Yeah, mix it up.
She should just keep talking always. I think she's socialism's best advertisement.
I could not agree more.
She definitely makes our jobs easier.
Yeah, she makes our jobs easier. And I think at the end of the day, if you want to know why we need a Sanders presidency and some fundamental structural change, just watch a couple of clips of Meghan McCain. Because no decent society would allow that to exist. I mean, in a good society with tax inherited wealth, maybe Meghan McCain might have had to work some like actual regular jobs and like learn to be like a decent human being.
And the way she says, this is going to get clipped. Guess what, Meghan? As somebody who clips these sorts of things for propaganda purposes, be my guest.
Yes.
Go ahead and clip it.
Yeah. Go ahead, clip away. You know what else is going to get clipped? You. That's what also is getting clipped on a daily basis while you say these relentlessly nonsense takes.
Maoist Bernie.